How's it going, everyone? I want to talk about CETX as I was looking to do a video on this. I hope you guys sold this fake pump right in here, that it caught up here and then it just started dumping. I hope you guys took that profit here, as if you look at the news, this was bound to happen. When a share is this low in price, under 20 cents, they're going to do a reverse flip just to get it back up. So they won for 35 on November 26th. And never hold through these things. As you can see, lots of people are going to try to sell this off here. Here's the 1 minute chart. It's going down 20% after hours. So in a blink of an eye, I mean, it's just wise to sell this. And now you're going lower here. So you can see right here on a lower time frame, I used to like try to day trade these things. It's because you can really get nice returns, on a shorter time frame. But honestly, I'd rather swing trades because the day trading, I'm going to day trade like the indexes, lots of volume and all that. But this is, let's look at the daily chart. As you guys know, I was very profitable in CETX, made well over 50% returns on this, and it's been just a monster gain, right? And you can see right in here, I mean, look at this big pump here. If anyone that didn't get out of this, you got to kind of either one, your average was just so bad and you didn't really have a system to get a good average, or two, you're just being too greedy, because these penny stocks, if you're making 10%, take the gains, all right? This is not guaranteed. These are pennies. You see the stock is under 20 cents. They're going to do an RS. They're going to schedule for another one. And you might be like, well, they just did one on October 3rd, right? Yeah, but this thing has just went dramatically down, did absolutely nothing. I mean, it's pretty much, you might say, well, this is a scam, but this is really how a lot of the pennies work, right? They do this RS, I get in about, 7 days after that, I look for this EMA 5 time distance, and you can see where algos are going to hit these EMAs. Before we had this bad news, notice how we hit the EMA 10, they schedule the RS, and then it makes a new lower low. It's like clockwork, this is so easy to see. Before, I didn't have this system, I didn't see any of this, but we hit this, we were below this EMA 5, we had some time distance below it, and then look at this, we had this massive candle where the EMA 5 crosses this lower band, green band, which is my buy zone, and then we hit this 10, and then how convenient that the market makers put out the bad news. This was just a pump to get some people out, get retails lured in, and then it dumps. I see it all the freaking time, and it's sad because a lot of people get lured into that and they chase these hopium. I played this before. If you guys are in the Discord, you can see many times. You go to the swing trade alerts. I don't hold these things long. You could search in CETX and you could see all the times where I posted about it, and then in my day swing trade alerts where I made lots and lots of returns on it all throughout here. Like you get a free one right in here. I'm in CATX today, so I post exactly my size, smaller size, and I tell you exactly what I'm looking for and the target and everything. And so I'm not a risky player, right? I'm looking for 10% returns. If it gaps up pre-market or after hours, then of course, yes, I will get more money that way. We just had a play where we shorted MSTR and it ran over 100% returns doing this exact system, because we know what has to happen, right? If you guys don't know, MSTR was to the upside. This, just like CETX was to the downside, look at this reversion to the mean, right? We know price has to go back to the EMA 5, 10, and 20, and that's what it does. Literally to a T, what does Aglos do? They get to it. When this day candle next day comes, this is going to connect and it's going to go up, and that's what we got to look at for a downtrend stock. Since we're catching, this is a bottom play, we want to catch the bottoms, right? Obviously, pennies are more trickier. So what we do is we look for time distance. We know price has to go back to these EMA 5s. So with my conservative targets, you can get 10 to 20% easy returns. This was a 20% pop. Give it time distance away again. Because the minute it touches this EMA 5, you do not buy it when it's at the EMA 5. You give it some daily candles away from the 5. So as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Anything that don't touch the EMA 5 and 7 daily candles is long. You get in around this mark here, it pumps up, and this is a 54% from the low. I have not played it all throughout these little areas because I've been in other stocks. I have played it on these areas here where it did these massive pumps here. You can see nice little pumps here, gaps down because they were scheduling an RS. If you guys remember, look at October 17. They were scheduling this. We knew ahead of time this was going to happen. It was alerted in the Discord here, and we waited for this drop, the panics drop of 30%, and guess what? We've made massive money here of a 30% move up, and we kept rinsing and repeating it till it hits this EMA 5, because we know on a big drop you're in a downtrend. Where does price go back to? Your EMA 5, and as you can see, we hit the 5, we go down. We hit the 5, go down. Hit the 5, go down. And then we were finally due for the 10. It's like kind of like support resistance. You hit the 5 a lot, but then you had to finally hit the 10. So yeah, they're definitely scheduled that. You can see on a lower time frame, just like you see how in the beginning I mentioned the video, we're going to go back and hit these EMAs. So we come down here, we get this little move up to the EMA 5, right? 8% gain, come back down, go back up, and it works in a faster time frame because this is a 1 minute. And just like for the 15-minute, right? You go back down to this lower band, and guess what happens? We try to come back up to this EMA 5. It does not have to hit this EMA 5 right away. It can kind of consolidate, and while it's doing that, this EMA 5 will drop with it. That's what I'm looking for in a daily time frame. But what I showed you is how I day trade. But I use that on big volume stocks. I wouldn't day trade pennies. So yeah, it's got decent volume. They're in the millions of the volume. So November 26th is their RS. Look at Webull, look at the news. It's effective November 26th. So that's going to cause it to drop. And remember, when they do the RS, do not buy it right away. Make sure you give it a couple of days. Always. A lot of the times, most of the time, it drops and drops and drops and drops. So a lot of people will buy it on the RS and then hope it pumps just for them to keep going down. If you're not in this play, congrats. I've not been in this play for a very long time. The last time I was in it was way back in, well, I guess a month ago. But yeah, just stick to the system. You'll be fine. Accumulate properly. Watch my accumulation rolls. And if you want to join the Discord, like I said, I'll post the exact swing trade alerts. I'll post when I get in. I'll post when I get out. If I take a loss, I'll let you guys know, and just find a better play, because like I said, we shorted MSTR, and I've constantly made 10%. Yesterday I traded it and made 20%. Today I made a little over 10% doing the exact system, because when the market makers give you gains, you want to make sure you take the gains, because nothing is guaranteed, right? And so that's the main thing in trading. That you can have probabilities, like I know price is going to hit this EMA 10 eventually, but we don't know, is it going to hit it from here? Maybe this EMA 5. You can see why I take these EMA 5 gains, because it hits the 5, goes down, hits the 5, goes down. Well, who's to say this one doesn't go down? And so that's why I say, if you're up a good bit, take the gains. From this low to this high is 54%. You should be easily able to get 10% on this spike. Unless you just kept holding forever, you never took gains here, you never took gains here, and so your average is so bad. Then you had the mindset of, I'm just going to hold till I'm break even, and then you keep putting money into it to eventually where you just like so down that it doesn't even matter now on these pumps. And that's the scary part, right? Because then these pumps are literally just reversions of the mean. The EMA 20 is way up here, but this isn't going to get hit for a very long time, in my opinion. So there's your EMA 10. Anything that don't touch the EMA 10 in 1 month is long. So we hit that reversion mean. Algos will do that. We know it will. Release bad news on the EMA 10, which is very smart. A lot of people don't know that, but that's where they release it a lot of the times. They didn't release the bad news in here, which is kind of, convenient, right? And then it pumps and then goes down. But if you want to join the Discord, click the link down below in YouTube comments below. It'll say, join the premium Discord for my alerting system. It'll also be in my description. And when you join, it'll take you to this free chat landing page. It doesn't mean you're a member yet. But all you have to do is hit day trade alerts right here, and it will ask you, would you like to be a member? It's only $11.99 for both swing trade alerts, day trade alerts, with the education videos on how to do it, because the main purpose of this Discord is to really not be a signal. Obviously, I'm going to alert plays that I think that are very good, that meet the system only, but I don't want you to just copy trade it and and not understand why you're taking these trades, because you got to understand the time distance, you got to understand the KDJ, and you got to get your chart set up like this, right? You got to understand, why would we only buy at this green band, because that gives you the highest success rate. Obviously, with the big drop, you got to understand too, indicators are going to lag. So when you see a big drop like this, yes, they're going to lag and it's going to go down more than you think, right? And then pennies are always more riskier too. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you want to subscribe, hit day trade alerts. If you're on an Android, you will have to use your computer, which is the best, because you'll avoid the iOS fee if you do it on computer, or just use your phone's browser if you're on Android, because you won't be able to subscribe through the app on Android for some reason. But when you do subscribe, you have access to everything. You can also hit Service Shop or service subscriptions, and you can get access to see the services. But I offer swing trading or the day and swing trading plus, which is in gold, and your name will be in gold. If you see like different color names here, the gold green is just swing trading, and then the gold is swing trading and day trading. I really like the day trading. It's one of my best favorite strategies. It's really nice because there's always something to do there. And sometimes swing trades, you got to be very patient, accumulate properly, and wait for a setup. But CETX was a nice trade to my system. These lots of gaps here that you can make money, but you don't see on the daily chart the pre-market spikes, and it has had plenty of those. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Give it a like, subscribe, comment. I'll keep you guys updated after the RS, what I see about this chart, and I would probably like to get into it after the RS. According to what the system has. Are we near this green band? Do we have time distance from the EMA 5? And we'll play the rinse and repeater to the EMA 5 to make 10%. And I'll be done with it. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.